there was a story coming out of Chicago of a mom, 35-year-old mom, and her 14-year-old son were initially arrested because the son wound up shooting the gentleman that was punching his mom. Now, since that time, the prosecutor has dropped the charges, but have you seen that story, Jay? And, I think it's definitely sad, but, what are your thoughts about it?
I think what happened was supposed to happen. I mean, I thought that it was horrible that the gentleman was hitting that woman like that. I mean, he was punching her like he was trying. He said he was gonna knock her out, and he was trying to knock her out. And the fact that you felt like you wanted to knock a woman out, now, it's no excuse to ever be in that space. At the same time, we don't know about the mental health space. We don't know what he was dealing with, but it just seems like he just wanted to prove a point, and he wanted to be controlling and control what this woman said or didn't say. It didn't seem like she had her hands in his face or trying to hit him, trying to hurt him in any way. I think he said, quote, "If you keep talking," so all she was doing was talking, "I'm gonna punch you in your face." And so for him to do that to a woman is horrible. I don't feel no way. I don't want nobody to die. At the same time, I don't feel no way about the son protecting his mother in that fashion. And I don't think that he should have went to jail. So that's that. We have to stop thinking that it's okay to put our hands on anybody. Definitely not no woman. I would say to our sisters, because everybody is not going to be in a space where they're gun carriers like this woman was. She was a legal gun carrier, and they're not going to have a man and or a son that they can just call and say, "Go shoot this person," and they're going to shoot him. Be careful. Let's focus on preventing these things. Stop engaging guys in certain manners, because right or wrong, which they're wrong for ever hitting you, but you can't say what somebody's going to do. And he could have killed her if he kept hitting her the way he did. You know what I'm saying? So if you can avoid a problem, please, let's work on avoiding problems before, you know what I mean? We don't always have to be so damn tough. Men or women, we don't have to always be so damn tough. We don't always have to get the last word. And I say that because maybe he'll still be alive. You know what I'm saying? So like these misunderstandings, I don't want them to happen with nobody. And so, you know what? He's off his rocker. There's no need for me to talk to him anymore. You know what I mean? But nothing that woman said or did that I can see and I can imagine warranted him putting his hands on her at all, especially not like that. You know what I mean? And so what her son did is what we would hope any son would do, is protect his mother. He wasn't big enough because somebody's gonna say, "Oh, he didn't have to shoot him," but he's like 14 years old, and the guy was like 30, right, or 30 something. So he probably would have lost that battle. So he had to use force, and we're living in a country where they're able to shoot a black dude because they were fearing for their lives. This was a real time when somebody was fearing for their life, should have been fearing for their lives, and because if he hit his mother like that, what would he would have did to him? So let's just be realistic. And again, that's my whole motto for right now. Like, let's be honest and be realistic. I don't want to talk about all these bum ass, hypotheticals. What's the reality? If that man was willing to hit a woman the way he was hitting her, that boy, 14 and no, he probably would have killed him. It's a good chance that he could have killed that boy, especially if he'd have went and approached him and tried to hit him to defend his mother. So you could tell the boy wasn't trying to kill him, because it seemed like his mother wanted to do more, and he was wrestling the gun away from his mother like, "No, hey, what's done is done." And so he didn't have no intentions on killing anybody. He just wanted to stop his mother from being hurt. And when you're dealing with guns, you don't get to choose how the outcome goes once you pull the trigger. So, but I'm glad that the case was dropped. And I just hope that we learn a positive lesson from this, and then we just try to prevent this nonsense and drama and violence as much as we possibly can.
Jay, so one of the other things that disturbed me about the portion of the video that I saw was the people standing around not doing anything. Do you think that that's also why the son felt as though he had to protect his mom? Because there were grown men standing around just watching her being punched, who turned their head and did nothing. So, what's your response to that?
No, I think his mother, he did what he did because his mother said do it. And he should have. I think them dudes are cowards. I think that we live in a culture where we're scared to tell our friends when they're doing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you shouldn't condone letting your homeboy beat up on a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't do it. It's nothing else. I can't make up no excuses for them. Nothing. That was corny. They standing around watching you. And I'm somebody who grew up in the drug business, and I saw that. So somebody stole from a drug dealer or something like that. People have hit women because they stole from them or owed them money or something like that. Again, not condoning it, but it seemed like it was a misunderstanding. It should have never went to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for them to be sitting there, and that's the culture. You know what I mean? Like, George Floyd would be alive if somebody was tough enough to just go up to the cops and do something. Say something. Not sit from a distance, because it's 5 cops. So y'all gonna shoot 10 people. 3 cops and it's 10 of y'all. He gonna shoot all 10 of us? I don't really see that happening. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it couldn't have been that way, but I don't really see it happening. He put his neck on that man. His knee on that man's neck, and people watched. That man just got killed on a train because people were watching and videotaping. That gentleman didn't have no gun, and you could have just went over there. Grown men could have said, "Yo, he neutralized." Obviously, he ain't that damn tough if he let you put him in a cross-faced chicken wing and choke him out. But we in that culture where we'd rather go to our phone. And it sucks. It's horrible. And this is what it is. So how I feel about it, this is the world we live in. We only can control what we would do. And everybody's going to say what we would do in a certain situation and everything like that. I just pray that the ones who say that they're going to do something that's right in that situation, they actually do it when the time presents itself. If they don't, then they might as well should have kept their mouth shut.